When I was a kid, we used to play outside a lot. We would build forts, go through the woods, just do a lot of cool stuff. My dad bought me a Swiss Army knife when I was a kid. My mom wasn't too happy about it, but it was a great tool, and it really got me, interested in knives and gadgets and tools and a bunch of other stuff like that. So, what I'd like to do is take you through a tour of just, a Swiss Army knife in case you've never had one or, you'd like to know a little bit about it. I'm sure you've heard about these before. They're still very popular. I'll link a link to Amazon so you can buy one if you really want. They're relatively cheap too, and they're great little knives to have around. All right, so I'm sure this isn't an original one. Trying to look for a date on it. No, I don't really see a date, but if it has a UPC code on it and a bunch of stuff like that, it's probably relatively new. All right, it's the original Swiss Army knife, only from Victorinox. All right, so let's open it up and take a look. All right, inside you get a little like a thank you for owning this. This reminds me very much of like a Zippo lighter. It gives you a little bit of information about it. It looks like it also has a warranty. Sending your information to them so they can better process the information. But just a little bit of information about the knife. We don't need to look at that. All right, and inside you had a nice knife. All right, has that iconic cross with a shield on it. All right, so let's take a look at all the tools. All right, first thing, it's on a keychain. All right, so I'll take some of the inserts. This is kind of like a toothpick or just something as a little plastic wedge to get into things. It's proven itself very useful in times. All right, on the other side we have a pair of metal tweezers, so you can go in and take splinters out or anything like that. All right, switching over to the bottom, we had a Phillips head screwdriver, which is awesome because you could push it down onto something and turn it with extra leverage. I don't have fingernails, so I might be grabbing these out of order. Yeah, what good's a knife if you can't pull things out from it, huh? Well, this is a little embarrassing. I can't get this item out. Alright, note to self, during an apocalypse, do not bite your fingernails. Let me get a screwdriver just to extract the tools from there. Alright. The next item that we have is, I don't even know what this is. I'm assuming it's for something like knitting or dealing with a twine or a wire or something like that. Alright, and then finally over here, this piece is probably not going to come out. Oh, there it is. Alright, and then on the inside, right here, you get kind of a blade. It's not super sharp, but you can definitely see how this has some uses for it. It also has a little hole for attaching string, something else to it. As a kid, it was interesting because, you'd be playing around with one of these, and you'd get all these different tools to play with, and some of them you didn't know what they did. I'm sure this instruction manual tells me more information, but I've already committed to embarrassing myself on YouTube, so let's keep going through with it. All right, on the other side, the one thing that everyone thought was cool as a kid, oh, you get a knife. It's actually pretty sharp, so I'm going to be very careful with that. All right. On the other side, you get a smaller knife, more for accurate cutting, things like that. All right, pull over here. Phillips head screwdriver or flathead, can opener, and a little wedge in here. I'm not sure exactly what it does. Once again, we kind of figured it out as we went along. Right. On the other side, you get different kind of flathead screwdriver, a little bit smaller, different type of can opener, and you also had this interesting wedge right here. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. This brings back a lot of memories as well. Inside we also have scissors. I'm going to close the rest of these items so we can take a look at that. Oop. Should be more careful. Don't want to bleed out on YouTube. Alright, I'll close all these items. And yeah, we get scissors with a built-in spring. And these scissors feel pretty good. They're really, really sharp. I'm not going to cut up this because I like to preserve the items. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting all-in-one tool. Just if there were a zombie apocalypse or anything else like that, I'd be really happy to have one of these. Alright, so they're relatively cheap. I can't see them being more than like $10. They have like 15 tools in them and lots of different uses. So Swiss Army knife, huge part of my childhood, and just a fantastic, fantastic tool to have around the house. Alright, thanks for watching.